Yo, 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 yo. Big Kiss back up in here. We are finally here. This is the one. This is my favorite song on the new GNX album, The Man at the Garden. This song is very important because, as I was stating previously, the repetitiveness by saying I want it all over and over and over. You train yourself, your subconscious, the universe to actually start thinking that way. So you reprogram your mind into wanting everything. Like, I deserve it. I deserve it all. Telling yourself that give you a confidence that you didn't have before. Maybe some of you do, but I know a lot of us don't have that type of confidence that I deserve everything. Yeah, I deserve it all. I've been putting in this work. But if you ain't putting in no work, you need to go put in some work. Faith without works is dead, okay? So to speak. But y'all know I don't like holding y'all. This is a beautiful one, y'all. Y'all do not want to click off this video. This is very, very interesting, very refreshing, and very beautiful. I love this song, y'all. I love it. 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 Without further ado, let's get it.
A quick Easter egg from the Kendrick Lamar album, because I know there's a lot of people on this app that are underage. But if you listen to the song Man in the Garden, before I even listened to the album, I saw the track list and I said, Man in the Garden is going to be my favorite song. And I'm listening to it, I'm like, it's not really hitting. Then he starts building the song and starts screaming at the end. And then I noticed the beat. This is an interpolation of One Mic by Nas. Go back and listen to One Mic by Nas and listen to how the beat is structured and listen to how he changes his cadence over the course of the song. And then go back and listen to the first song on the album and see where he says that he won the Super Bowl and the only person that congratulated him was Nas. So he's just paying homage to Nas in that song right there. That was fire.
Man at the
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. They starting to connect the dots, y'all. Let's get it.
Garden is mantra. A mantra is basically something that you could say over and over again to change your mindset. And Kendrick Lamar did a big one by having you sing things like, I deserve it all. People generally from our cultural background that may not have grown up with a whole lot of money seem to have this idea that they do not deserve to have a lot of money, a lot of wealth, or a lot of freedom. And by him singing that over and over again and you singing along with it, you are literally changing your brain. This man is a genius. He is making you believe that you deserve something that you may not have felt like you deserved before. He says things like, I deserve to have investments in stocks. I deserve to have generational wealth. I deserve for my parents to have, for my mother to have what she deserves. I deserve it all. And it's really funny because he's actually playing on the fact that Nas, about 20 years ago, rapped a song that was talking about how he had, all he needed was one mic. When you start talking about you deserve it all versus just one mic, it shows how we've elevated and how we have to continue to grow and elevate and how we deserve to have it all.
This is supposed to.
Hey, if you somebody that's dealing with low self-esteem and all of that, you just don't have no motivation. All it takes is that one spark, just that initiation. Just initiate some work. Just initiate and implement things into your life that you've never done before. If you're not familiar with walking, go walk. If you hate cold water, you can't stand cold water, go do a cold plunge. Go jump in some cold ice water. Do stuff you've never done before because your brain needs to be reprogrammed. You're too set in your ways. Let's get it. Oh yeah, another thing. I didn't even see that, sister, and this goes to what I was saying. When you constantly saying something over and over, I was saying this about turning TV off, turning TV off, turning TV off, turning TV off. I said that being programmed into children's mind, constantly saying that, that's going to be a good thing. Let's get it, y'all.
Over on that app that's replacing the artist formerly known as Twitter, as a person fully convinced that 2025 is the beginning of my world domination, Man in the Garden by Kendrick is a set of affirmations for me. Because I deserve to have it all. I need you all to understand, I don't know if it's because like Pluto has left Capricorn, or if they've just been through enough, or I've erased some negativity in my life, but I'm so ready to say with my whole chest that my dreams, my goals, my aspirations belong to me. Not only am I going to pursue them with everything that I have, but I deserve to have the outcomes. You all saw me post on 11/11 about how I wanted to live in LA and have this beautiful house overlooking the hills, and how I want to win Emmys, Oscars, and Grammys. I was dreaming about those trophies when I was the old me, but when I get there, don't pretend like you know me. Like, you all saw me post about that because I was trying to at least set my heart in the right direction to say, like, just believe it, Wayne. Like, think about it when you wake up, think about it before you go to bed. But even more so, that song, I'm just gonna listen to it every day and repeat with Kendrick that I deserve to have it all.
Right.
Because I do. Everything that I want, I deserve to have it.
I love it.
So thank you, Kendrick Lamar, for my new set of affirmations. And I'm sorry, because when my next record comes out, it's going to beat your record for...
No, thank you, God. All praises go to the Most High. All praises go to the Most High. Thank you for putting the spirit on. Thank you for putting your spirit on Kendrick Lamar to be the way he is. Thank you, God. All praises go to the Most High. Let's get it, y'all.
Rap Album of the Year. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Boy, your attention, please. Can I have your attention, please?
I didn't know that was in there. Gotta check these joints.
Attention. Shout out to Gary V.
This is my favorite on, this whole album is Man at the Garden. It's just like a self-reflection. I mean, especially within these past 6 months with the beef that he had going on with Drake, people were asking, like, what make him think that he's the GOAT? What make him think that he deserves this? Why does he feel like he is the GOAT and da-da-da-da-da? He is telling you here, he deserves it all. He's been humble. He's given back to the community. He's trying to live righteous. He's trying to do the things. He's trying to pay it forward. He's being a good friend. Those are different qualities. Those are different things that he has done that qualifies him to say, hey, he deserves every single thing that God has placed over his life, all the blessing. He deserves it all, just like all of us. But one thing here, like he's saying, hey, I'm going after everything that God said is mine. So I can't even be mad at him. You can't even be mad at him. But yeah, this song right here will have you doing some self-reflection, asking yourself, do you deserve it all?
What work have you put in to deserve it all? Let's not forget, Kendrick Lamar listed the works that he put in. Everybody don't deserve it all. So if you just sitting on the couch, you ain't doing nothing. You talking about, I'm a king. Because my skin color is black. No, that don't work like that. You need to be doing for others. You know what I'm saying? And doing for yourself as well. Fixing your old traumas, fixing the things that are in yourself, removing the hatred out of your heart. Then you could come to the table and say, oh, I deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man.
Y'all. Okay. So, Man in the Garden, affirmation. Completely. Why don't you deserve it? Anyway. Whacked out murals. Setting intentions. Reincarnated. I'm just going to say one line. And that's, I rewrote the devil's story just to take our power back.
Wow.
Do with that what you will. TV off, he said it himself. It's a revelation. I'm finna go finish, and it's your choice. That's what I'm gonna say. But it's before you. Yeah. Bye. Peace.
Okay, just recording my thoughts in real time, right? Listening to Man at the Garden. Man at the Garden might be my favorite. Hear me out. I am an introspective. I am a thinker. I do enjoy things that have layers and allow me to unravel and discover and explore, right? So I enjoy Kendrick's music because I enjoy saying, I wonder what his intention for this was, what he was thinking. Why is it man at the garden and not in the garden? How does this connect to Adam and Eve? Like, what deserve it all? Like, bro, it's just, this song, it hit me right here, right? Yeah. It hit me right here. But it's like, dang. Then the next song comes on and I'm just like, is it my favorite? But like, no, genuinely, as of right now, I think Man at the Garden might be my top. This could change in a few hours. But I'm going to say yeah.
I just love when he start doubling up his vocals. And, you know, I don't know if Ali is still his engineer, but the way he patterns the vocals, they go through each ear. I don't know how y'all listen to y'all music, but I like to listen to them on the headphones, and they just bounce back. It's called panning. They're panning back and forth. And then how he builds it up and just start. Tell me what you deserved it. Ooh, tell me why you deserve it all, man, yo. That's it, man, yo. That's what when I first heard it, I was like, yo, what's this song? Because I'm bad with titles. Like, yo, what's this song? Be like, I deserve it all. What's that? That's my joint right there. Bro, I love this joint, man.
Kendrick Lamar's Man at the Garden track, from a hip-hop lyrical storytelling standpoint, top tier. At the start of this song, at the drop of the very first beat, if you're a fan of rap and hip-hop, then you should instantly know where Kendrick got the inspiration from.
Mm-hmm.
All I need is one mic.
One Mic by Nas. Classic. Nas's One Mic had 3 verses, and Kendrick followed that same format. But they took different approaches from a lyrical concept standpoint. You know, in Nas's One Mic, he desired simplicity. All he needed was one mic. But Kendrick, he was like, nah, I deserve it all. Kendrick starts off by saying that he deserves everything from a monetary standpoint, whether it be jewelry, a house on the ocean front, all new businesses, great emotional stability. He deserves it all. From a music standpoint, Nas's One Mic starts very calm. But as reality sets in and adversity starts to happen within his community and environment, you know, swells and crescendos and decrescendos starts to happen, which reflects his environment. Kendrick's Man at the Garden, from a music standpoint, was complete opposite. 90% of it was just calm. As he states and explains all that he deserves, very calm. It's not to the last 5 to 10% of the song where he elevates and crescendos, because he states everything that I'm asking for, I worked hard for and I sacrificed for.
Tell me why you think you deserve the greatest of all time, motherfucker.
Okay, I just listened to Kendrick's Man at the Garden. Wow.
I put
in
that
my
little
life,
part in there,
I don't
you know what I
use
mean?
the word deserve very much. I just feel like it has like an entitlement connotation to it. But Kendrick laid it all out there. I'm saying, and especially in the second little stint verse, it hit really, really home to me. I got goosebumps. He discussed, you know, coinciding and accepting people as humans first when they didn't even know their worth, which takes a certain type of human, you know, to know themselves so much that they can see and weed out.
And that's one big thing that's going on with our people. They don't know their worth. You got people out here that are man pleasers. They just yes men. They look at themselves as nothing. You know what I'm saying? People actually don't have that confidence within themselves. They don't look at themselves as somebody. It's rapid. I'm telling you, it's rampant. Let's get it.
Out people's realities without making them feel bad about it, and even giving them a helping hand. He also discussed discipline. You know, he mentioned waking up and running 6 miles. He also mentioned truth, you know, telling people the truth, even more so than their kin or their people in their close-knit circle. This is just really hitting home for me because I don't do or live my life for validation. I don't do my workouts and give people advice and like look up like, oh, like, where's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want anything from it. You can have the knowledge, you can have the habits, you can have that
that moment, you know? But it's like knowing all this, knowing I want nothing from it, don't sit in my face and act like I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? People that don't do half of that or don't have the correct intention think they deserve everything, which is just so counterintuitive. And then to conclude, he said, it's innate to mind my business, writing words to elevate these children. I deserve it all. Just like, damn, I feel that so deeply because it's just instilled in me to help. Showing up as my true, authentic self, giving people my passions and gifts to give somebody that aha moment. It's like, yeah, people like that deserve it all. But in the realm of society and the norms and things, people like that get stepped on. And then finally, in the end, he brings it all back. And it's just based around integrity. That's something like, who are you to speak on a game that I origined? He's like being conflicted because that's not the innate thing in him. The innate thing isn't to just bash and talk down on the people that comes after him and all that. Like, he wants to show love, but it's like it gets backhanded. He always feels slighted a little bit just for being pure, just for being true, just for being authentic, just for having integrity.
So not to be all woo-woo, but the first time I heard Man at the Garden.
Before we continue with that, y'all remember that interview that he did? It was with Noisy. And he had all his people around him. They was lifting weights and all of that. The dude was like, you donated some money to such and such. Dot was like, how you know that? Like, bro, man, yo, that's a real one. If you doing things, that even the scriptures talk about that. You just doing things for vainglory versus you doing things behind closed doors and not saying nothing about it. You just waiting on your blessings from God. You know what I'm saying? Because that is a being like vainglorious when you do things and like when you help people and like you take pictures of you helping those people or like you record and look, I'm about to help this homeless man. That's vainglorious. It's just so you could get the glory. You know what I mean? But do things and do it in secret. You know what I mean? Like, learn to help people in secret. Don't try to just help people just so you could be known. You know what I mean? But that was awesome. That's a man of integrity. When he was like, yo, how you know about that? You ain't supposed to know about that. You know what I mean? Like, that was dope, bro.
I wasn't emotional. It's like my soul stepped out of my body and now I'm just walking around as is. But every listen was different. The second time was hearing it from the perspective of me in the background of my life. Because I feel like I've just started to understand what type of transformation I'm seeking. And while life has been life in trials and tribulations, I feel like that voice that got so small through all of that said, you deserve it all, has always been with me. That's how I felt the second listen. The third listen, I was a little bit sad. Like, yes, I have been deserving it all. So let me know, how did y'all feel when you first heard Man at the Garden? Everybody's talking about it. I want to know.
So the vibe that I'm getting from this is that he's basically saying, yo, everything that I'm doing is out of pure intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's out of pure good intentions. Like, yo, I'm speaking to these kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm conditioning my body. I'm seeing the worth in you even when you didn't see the worth in yourself. I deserve it all. I deserve all the credit. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Kendrick is also very hypocritical. He calls himself a hypocrite all the time. You deserve it all. That's how you feel, even though you know the bad that you also have done in the past and what you're doing now means you shouldn't really have it all.
The Bible tells us that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So it also talks about how your flesh always going against your spirit and your flesh always battling with each other. Your spirit got good intentions. You want to do good, but your body, the flesh, the things of this earth, it just brings it down. It just makes you lazy. So you really got a choice. You choose your flesh, that's death, or you choose life, which is your spirit.
Because nobody's perfect. He's speaking to himself in the form of, I'm perfect. Like, I deserve it all. Like, yo, like, and you know what's crazy? This is a good parallel.
It's going on
to,
the hypocrite, the hypocrite thing.
It's a very good parallel to the story of Lucifer. You know, Lucifer was the best. Like, what was the singer? I think he was singing. And you know, he thought his worth should have been way more valued. You know what I'm saying? Amongst the angels, amongst God, and he felt like, yo, I deserve it all. You know what I'm saying? That's his pride. His pride started to overcome him, which got him cast out of heaven in the first place. You know, so I feel like this is a good parallel, and it's called Man at the Garden. Yo, I do this shit for a living, bro. You feel me? It's called Man at the Garden. Garden of Eden, Lucifer. Hey, come on, let's go.
So I want to offer this to the congregation to get y'all's thoughts. Is Man in the Garden by Kendrick Lamar a subtle reference to Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane? That's immediately what came to mind. And I realized it because the whole song is him talking about all the things that he deserved for all the work he put in, right? There's a concept on his album, him exploring, where he feels that he's the greatest. And he's having conversations with God subtly about struggling with ego and pride, which has been a constant, right? It's been a constant where he's feeling like he's been called by God to preserve and destroy some things, like the whole concept of watch the party die. But all that to say, to me, the whole Man in the Garden is him in the garden wrestling with his mortality and his God complex. It's just me. Y'all can say I'm taking it way too far, but this is my thought, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's some validity to it. So I just want to throw it out there now before confirmation comes or it gets dispelled. But what do y'all think? Do y'all think Man in the Garden is a subtle reference to Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane and him feeling that way?
Man, the thing with the Bible, it repeats itself over and over because it's dealing with a stiff-necked and rebellious people. Thus saith the Lord. His people are stiff-necked and rebellious. So in order, it's repetitive because the people are hard-headed. You got to keep telling them over and over and over and over and over and over just so they could get it. The father of learning is repetitiveness. So, and there's a lot of similitudes. A lot of things are similar in the Bible too. So one thing, it could be something saying something in Psalms or Proverbs. It'd be saying something in the New Testament. You know what I mean? You can always go back. And the scriptures tell you to read precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. It says here a little and there a little. So, hey, but when you read it straight out, like you're reading it like a story, that's what most people do. But people don't read it like it's like a combination lock. That's what it is. Like a combination lock. You gotta figure things out in it. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what's y'all favorite part of Man at the Garden. What's y'all favorite part of Man at the Garden? Yeah, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm gone, y'all.